So I literally took off my underwear, and that was literally what was going on in there. It was literally just flowing down
Um,
from one leg to the other.
I just hit record, right?
Oh
What?
shoot!
Anyway, welcome everybody.
I'm
I can't
flustered.
recover. I can't recover from
I,
that. I was like, huh?
oh,
Welcome everybody to the randomly irregular podcast. That's so random right there. Thanks a
and
lot,
irregular.
and irregular. I'm here with Deej tonight.
Hello,
But yeah, so we just came back from seeing what, Deej?
Joker, Folie, et Deux.
That's right. That's right. So the sequel to the first Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. We watched that this afternoon, and we're going to be talking about that. Um, you know, uh, I don't want to put out any spoilers, but we're going to try not to, because if people still want to watch this movie, even though it was saying that people are not liking it or whatnot, but we're not gonna try to spoil it.
No, I'm definitely gonna spoil it. Logan dies at the end. Logan is gone. Logan is forever
Exactly.
gone from the whole entire situation.
That's right. I'm sorry,
but
guys.
you forgot Lady Gaga co-starring Hello as Harley Quinzel or Dr. Harley Quinzel.
Doctor. That's right. So, we're each going to talk about how we feel about how the movie went. So starting off with Deej, how do you think, or how do you feel after you've watched Joker 2?
Well, before we go in that, I want to touch base with the numbers. Now, you said that on Rotten Tomatoes, that the overall percentage is 33%. Now, what does that mean?
So, I mean, Rotten Tomatoes, I don't. It's between critics and people who've watched the movie. So, the critics give it a grade out of 100%, and it's at 33%. So it's totally below F, whatever.
Below F? Holy crap! Oh my god!
If you can go, if you can fail even more than F, then F is
Yeah, so I randomly and irregularly looked up this tidbit on the interwebs, and I found out I found this little tidbit. In this past weekend, the 200 million budget Joker Folie et Deux bombed at the box office with a measly 37.8 million opening. And this is in highlights, by the way. Bad reviews permeated the internet, calling the movie a flop in scathing terms. So okay, now that we got a couple of things to go off of. First things first, I didn't think that the movie was bad. It's just that I do not know where all of the singing came from, because that was kind of interesting. Now, here's the thing. I thought that the singing was not only because it was Lady Gaga's in the movie, right? But I thought that the singing in the times that it came in were basically came in at like holy crap moments, and it was basically like showing their collective craziness. Like they're so out there, that both the Joker and Harley Quinzel are out there, that they're just caught up in their own madness, and they would just sing and dance. Because if you remember in Joker 1, all he wanted to do was become a famous comedian. All he wanted to do was to be a star. And so with the collective, it seems like Dr. Quinzel wanted to also get caught up in the crazy as well, because for some strange reason she became infatuated with with this guy. What's his name? His real name in thing, and we're gonna get into that. But yeah, what's his real name?
Joaquin Phoenix.
No. I mean,
oh, I thought you said Joker.
The Joker. The actor's name is Joaquin Phoenix. But what was the? I keep forgetting.
Arthur Fleck.
Arthur Fleck. Right.
Arthur Fleck.
Yeah, so Arthur Fleck, you know, wanted to be a comedian. Harley Quinn is obviously, caught up in the crazies and took on the form of another type of entertainment, which is singing and performing and whatnot and whatever. But collectively, her crazy and his crazy became kind of like a what do you call those those, it's not an opera, a musical. It was a
Musical.
musical performance of craziness, and I thought that aspect kind of was I kind of saw that was going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as a Batman animated series fan and as a Batman fan in general, Dr. Harley Quinzel never spoke of or never did anything musical ever. And so
Not ever. Not that I know of.
yeah, I mean, all I know from the Batman animated series was that Harley Quinn was briefly mentioned her history as a doctor in
Right.
Arkham, but she was kind of like funny, like she had a Brooklyn accent in there
Yeah.
too, and
Mhm.
she was very charismatic and had a lot of jokes as well, just like the Joker. A perfect addition to Joker is a good quality co-star like Harley Quinn. So
Mhm. Mhm.
I just felt that the amount of singing in there was just so this is the way I took it. I took it as another interpretation of the Joker and Harley Quinn, combination relationship, their cohesiveness.
Mhm.
But I didn't. But what was off-putting was that these elements were never, thing. It's like painting. Oh my god! It's like painting a song written by the Killers. You just like, what? Like, oh, I mean, the Killers came out with Mr. Brightside, and then you're just trying to enjoy the song, and all of a sudden you say, I'm gonna make a painting of Mr. Brightside by the Killers, and then you have like a horse and you have like a cactus that are freaking like smiling at the sun, but the sun is on the ground and the horse and the cactus are in the sky. And you're just like, what the fuck is that? But
Ah.
it's like basically an interpretation of your interpretation of Brightside by the Killers, right?
Uh-huh.
That's how I felt with this movie. Like I felt like it's an interpretation of Harley and the Joker's craziness together
Mhm.
in a different way. And so that's basically what I took it. I cannot say that I hated the movie
Okay.
because after all, it was enjoyable to a feat. I mean, wait, there's some parts of the movie that was kind of cringe to watch because it's like, my bro is sitting right next to me and I'll have to watch that with him. It's like,
Should we be holding hands, or should we be like
no. Well, I mean, we
singing
were
together or something?
so that's the other part. When the reason why this movie was also enjoyable is because me and Dean, we were trying to predict the next time when they were going to sing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And here we go.
Uh, it's like every time when there was something going on the movie, we were like, "And song starts now."
Yeah, exactly. It's like we were
So
expecting it.
yeah, so that was the enjoyment. And I mean, some of our party was just like, all right, here it comes again, here it
Mm.
comes again. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally feel the frustration of it because again, was there any need for any songs like that? Not really, not really. I mean, in other Lady Gaga movies, I mean, obviously there's reasons for the songs, right? Because
Yeah, well, Lady Gaga is a very good singer. I agree.
facts.
I mean, a lot of people agree, but now I see why Todd Phillips put her in the movie.
Okay, well,
Uh,
let's start there. So I spoke my piece about it. What is your piece about Joker? Folie à deux.
Honestly, I liked it. I don't know why, But
Hmm.
well, I'll tell you why actually.
Yeah.
There is no to me the musical part of it didn't take it didn't take anything out of the movie to me. I get it. There's a lot. There might be 10 plus segments where they start fucking singing out of nowhere, and we and we don't know we don't even know why. But I kind of get what Todd Phillips did there because most of the time they start singing was when Joker was. I don't know if this is a spoiler or whatnot, but most of the time, the majority of the time, when they start singing is when he is off to his own little planet, you know, and it's basically where he has mental issues, mental disorder, split personality or whatnot. And so when he goes off to being Joker, that's when they start fucking singing about I don't know what songs they sang, but
Hmm.
that's part of it. And then when he goes back to being Arthur Fleck, and he snaps back, and he was like, "Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be singing this or stop
Hmm.
singing." But that's what my take is. Why they put Lady Gaga in there because she has a great voice, and along with Joaquin Phoenix, together,
Hmm.
uh, yeah. So, but like I said, I like the movie. It's not as good as the first Joker, but I know why people started walking out of this one because of the musical part. And I don't know if we should mention what happened.
No, let's not mention what happens.
Yeah.
But let's just stick to two. So
Hmm.
the sticking points for me on in Joker One
Hmm.
was I liked Joker 1 because it was just so raw and intense. Like everything was hitting very insane and in your face. Even, Arthur Fleck's delusions were realistic.
Yeah.
They were shown to us.
Hmm.
And it was not in a fantasy way. It was not in a like theatrical way. It was raw and intense. Like him getting rejected at the Wayne Manor gate was raw. Like
Mm.
when he had the delusion that his neighbor was his girlfriend, that was raw.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
everything in this movie was literally freaking out there delusional musical. And it's
Hmm.
like there was no connection. Now if they stuck it to the realness and the rawness of Joker 1, that would have been a safe thing to do. But this was highly risky. Highly risky. And the thing is that let's just take it for face value. If you didn't know the Joker's story, if you didn't know the Joker, if you didn't know Arthur Fleck at all, like if you were just someone that says, I'm going to go to a movie theater and I'm just going to watch what the hell is Joker Folie à Deux? You don't know what the hell that is. But let's just
I
take it
wish
for
I knew
face.
French.
Yeah, no, right. So if you took it for face value and you went to the movie theater and you said, you know what, I'm gonna freaking take a chance on a movie or watch a movie. I guess this is a comedy. Let's go watch the Joker. If you watch this movie without knowing the back history of it at all, it's not such a bad movie. The
Yeah.
only reason why that this movie is getting the reviews that it's getting, is getting the reaction from the audience walking out of it, is because there's no connection for me. There's no connection between this movie and the characters that it's portraying. It's like literally having Romeo and Juliet in Terminator 4. What the fuck is that? Like why would you have Romeo and Juliet in Terminator 4 or RoboCop 6? You don't know why you don't know why Romeo and Juliet are freaking dressed up as freaking cyborgs or whatever, but
Hmm.
they're just freaking shooting the shit out of like the Terminators for love. For
It
that, if you didn't know Romeo and Juliet and Terminator, then you're gonna be like, this is not a bad movie, but it's just the context of the fact that Harley Quinn and the Batman. I mean, Harley Quinn was introduced in the Batman animated series, and let's just be honest, Batman, the Joker, and all of that were introduced way back. I don't know. I guess in the 50s or 60s or 40, between the 40s and the 60s is when Batman originally came out, and the origins of Batman was very dark. Bob Kane, when he created Batman, Batman was a very dark, very like non-caring hero. He
he's a
would kill.
vigilante, right?
Yeah, he would kill the criminals. And
oh yeah, I thought he was against that. Oh, before
no,
you mean before?
No, yeah. If you like, I got the early comics because there was like there was this book that came out where it was an archive. It was Batman Archives by DC or something. And so when I was reading it, dude, Batman would just push a bad guy off the roof.
Oh, holy shit!
So I mean, you can only guess as a kid in the 40s and 60s what that meant.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't mean that they flew and they never landed. No, they landed on the ground,
splat
from off the roof. Yeah, splat. But I think that one thing that we were talking about this briefly. Now, again, I'm sorry that you wanted to do a quick review of the movie as we were walking out, but I was winded and I was just like, I had to just like compute everything in my mind. I was just overstimulated by the fact that I watched that movie. I was confused, kinda, and then this all came about. But
yeah, we had to process it a little bit after that, and with all the singing going on during the movie, it was just like, I if they took out maybe half, maybe a little bit more of the singing part, the Joker 2 would be a great movie. Okay, it didn't take anything away from it. There's still some blood and gore. Joker, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix as Joker is still great. You know, Lady Gaga still. I still liked her as Harley Quinn. She sings really well, and she made us believe that she is Harley Quinn in that movie. So I liked it. I don't know, but people started walking out. I guess after the music. I mean, the beginning part was maybe the first 10 minutes of it. Was like, huh? What the fuck? And then after that was like, oh, okay, so they're going into what happened and like the trial and everything and so forth. But yeah.
I mean, it was a good Joker 2 because at least it gave some sort of ending to what happened to Arthur Fleck after
foreshadowing there.
Foreshadowing, but
Spoiler.
also. Yeah, but it's like the trial was great. So I'm just gonna say that there was a trial of Arthur Fleck, and basically that was pretty cool to see because that's the connection to Joker 1.
Yeah, you go.
And stuff like that. But I think one of the cool things that you mentioned to me when we were talking about this was that the original Joker did not have a name.
Right.
So like let's speak on that because I think that was a very interesting thing because Arthur Fleck's name is known in Joker 1 and Joker 2, but the origination of the Joker was just the Joker.
Exactly. So in the comic books, right, the Joker didn't have an alias or a real name or he is an unknown person, and when he robbed and killed people, he just left a Joker card or whatnot. That's his calling card, and nobody really knew his name. Batman was trying to figure out who he is, but he still can't. And in this movie, he does. He has a real personality. I mean, he it's a real person. Arthur Fleck, that's his real name. So Todd Phillips humanized them with a real name, and so that's the Joker that we know in these movies. But in the comic books, he has no name. So
that is so fascinating.
yeah,
It kind of dawned on me because when you said that, I was like, oh shoot, yeah, you're right. He was always known as the Joker. When he was
yeah.
even arrested or put in Arkham, he was known as the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no, I mean, obviously in the Batman animated series, I mean, the only possible person that their real names were released was Harley Quinzel and
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze's name. Mr. Freeze came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I forgot what his name was, but I know that he had a storyline in the animated series where his name was said, and also his love Nora, or should I say Nora?
Victor Freeze, but
Victor Freeze, yeah,
Freeze he spelled it differently.
right.
Like
But I just think that that's just fascinating. I mean, so I mean, obviously, both of us. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. I didn't.
same.
I basically said to myself, all right, so this is a musical interpretation of the Joker and the Harley Quinn. But if I separated the Harley Quinn that I knew, the Joker that I knew, and just put the elements of the Joker and Harley Quinn into this movie, then that was an enjoyable watch, because it was not that, I mean, it was not that the musicals or the music was coming on at like random moments.
No.
There was purpose to the music,
Yeah.
the musical moments.
Mm-hmm.
It was to document the craziness and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely talked about what we liked about the movie. What did you not like about the movie?
What did I not like about the movie?
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, we've got 33% on Rotten Tomatoes that could say why they didn't like the movie, and the walkouts could say why they didn't like the movie. But what did you not like about the movie?
Well, I would say that I guess there's just too much singing, and that's the only part. Okay, so the bottom line is, if you are going to watch this movie, expect a lot of singing. That's it. And if you don't like musicals, and if you don't like people singing in a movie, you're definitely not gonna you're definitely not gonna like this movie. But if you can withstand the first couple of minutes of it, and then just listen to what the story is about, Joaquin Phoenix did a good job. I think so, as being the Joker. Harley Quinn, I mean, what's her name? Lady Gaga did a great job singing and acting as Harley Quinn.
Singing and acting, yeah.
Right, and all the other other characters in there. I mean, it's just Joker and Harley Quinn, but the other people, they did a good job.
Gary Puddles.
Speaking of Gary Puddles, I like that guy.
Dude, he's such an adorable character, and I mean, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but his appearance in the movie, very fitting and very tragic.
Yeah,
I felt for that, and I mean, I just think that was a cool part of the movie when. And I'm not going to say what he said, but when Gary said what he had to say to Arthur Fleck,
I'll say it.
I was, I was like, oh man, that's freaking nuts. But here's the thing. What I didn't like about the movie was the way that Harley Quinn was introduced to the audience. The Harley Quinn introduced to the audience, there was nothing. It was nothing like the Batman animated series. It was not like anything like the backstories. I mean, I'm just gonna say this: it's not the way that Harley Quinn was introduced in any aspect of whether it's comic books, Batman animated series, or anything like that. The way that Harley Quinn was introduced in this movie came out of Whatville. Like, where the fuck did you come up with that shit? City of holy shit. How how did that just come up?
It's like, what
in
the
this
fuck?
freaking like, what the fuck university
Yeah.
is? So I didn't like that, because as a fan of Harley Quinn, and to get the original story from Harley Quinn from the beginning, because again, I watched it Batman animated series when I was a kid. I never ever in my life heard Harley Quinn introduced in that way.
Right, right.
And
So
yeah.
no, go ahead.
And I feel that at the very least, introduce her the way that she was always introduced.
Mm.
Introduce her as as a doctor in Arkham that was helping out. Not introduce her the way that she came in. It was like, like I don't know how that was a huge possibility. And because in any aspect, the Joker chose Harley Quinn, to join forces. It was not the other way around. It was not that Harley Quinn had a idea and a concept, and she was going to try to engage this formidable partnership. No, it was the Joker that did that. And so I was taken aback by that. But I stand by that. I think that the way that Harley Quinn was introduced was
well. So
yeah.
what do we know about Harley Quinn when in the comic books? Like, so she is a psychiatrist of the Joker. Am I right?
Well, she was a psychiatrist at Arkham, and the Joker became one of her patients.
Correct. And then she fell in love with him because God knows what she sees in him. It's a charm, I guess.
Yeah.
He makes her laugh, and he's a bad boy, whatever. And then, so in this movie, she has no accent like Harley Quinn does. She's not a gun-toting villain. She is not like I mean, she's a little sexy in the comic books, right? But in here, she's just like dressed up. I don't know.
No, I mean,
normally,
obviously in Batman animated series, she's not dressed up as a sex symbol, right? She was dressed up in a jester costume and was just the most awesome sidekick or co-star to Joker and the villain, the villain fellowship that they created.
Yeah, but the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn, that's where they put
that was
her.
That was good. That was actually pretty dang good because she had the accent down. She had the origination down.
She had the guns.
She went into her own type of crazy.
Yep.
And and it was, and I mean, no singing. No
singing. That's a plus.
Yeah, there was no singing unless she went really crazy, involved in something or whatever. But that the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn, I have no problem with, because it had the elements of the history of it all. It's just that there's only one part of the movie, and I know that you know what I'm talking about, where the attorney and the Joker are talking in jail, and the Joker was like, "Oh, but Harley's this," and then the attorney was like, "Are you sure you know her? Because she's this and she's this and she's this." And remember that conversation?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but that came out more truthful to the history of Harley Quinn, but that one section was literally less than 5 minutes. And it's like it did not give this the Lady Gaga Harley Quinn
the backstory
any justice. Yeah, it just didn't give anything like that, because Arthur Fleck was living with his mom in an apartment. That's very, very early in the timeline, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Harley Quinn comes in, and it's like, that's like in this time period. No, Harley Quinn came in when Joker was already established mad.
Yeah, right.
So you get what I'm saying? So
and
that is what I hate about this movie. I hate the fact that Harley Quinn came in at this specific time, when she never came in this part of the timeline.
And yeah, and that's going into what happened at the end of the movie, where I'm not gonna say it, but
The ending was crazy.
the
So
ending,
that
yeah. So that's one thing that I really liked. I'm pretty sure because people already left the first half. Nobody stayed for the fucking second half of the movie. So I'm pretty sure people didn't see this part. But I'm not gonna spoil it. You got to go and see it yourself. But the second, or no, but the ending of Joker 2, it's crazy. Okay, you have to watch it, and my goodness. I want to say it, but
no. But here's what I'm gonna say:
okay,
is that when I was watching Dean react to the ending of the movie, I
bro.
was like, "Huh?" And then all of a sudden, basically, he broke it down to me, and then I was like,
There's a
"Oh."
light bulb above my head. Like,
Light well
holy
no
shit!
yeah he if you had a light bulb you put a strobe light on mine
Right?
because now I could definitely feel the vibe of what was going on.
You see it? Can you see what I was saying? Like,
Definitely see what you're saying. So
all right,
what we can tell you is that if you are willing to watch this movie, watch it for the entertainment aspect. Watch it for the fact that it's a movie and you're gonna invest 2 hours of your time to get entertained. It is entertaining, but again, it just left a lot of why. Why did that happen? Why is this happening? But the story, the Joker 2 did clarify Joker 1
yeah,
the
definitely.
storyline. It did. It definitely
And,
did that. And it also gave a very interesting twist at the end where Batman fans of all eras will be like, "Oh shoot,
hmm,
I know why. I now know why." And it or that's freaking cool that they added that bit in there at the end. And it's one for Joker fans to
hmm.
get. Um
All I'm gonna say is,
the
well,
original Joker had no name.
that's a hint right there, okay, folks? The
Yeah,
original Joker, okay, in the comic books was a nobody, an unknown, has no name. This take of Joker, Arthur Fleck, he has a name, obviously. So
because
take
the
into
director
mind what
yeah,
he was trying to do, okay? So, man, it's
because the director gave the name.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you can withstand 2 hours of singing, I mean, Lady Gaga is a great singer, and I loved her singing in this one. You know,
No, I love them singing the classics. I
yeah,
think that was good.
exactly.
Here's the thing. I don't know why the songs that played did not have them singing because they were singing every other song.
Yeah, some of them.
So you know what? You know what's a perfect example of this
Yeah. What?
is it's a musical movie, but just imagine you're watching a movie and then a song comes on to solidify and to accent the scene, right?
Hmm.
You hear a hit song from like this year and you always or Deadpool when when Deadpool and Wolverine were about to freaking fuck people up, and then all of
Life
a sudden
is a mystery. Da, 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 da. Exactly.
yes. So if you hear
Shout out to
that,
Madonna.
shit's going down, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So just think of it that way. The songs that are coming out in Joker Folie et Deux
Folie
is
à
coming
deux.
out, and to accent the mood of that particular scene,
Yeah.
but it's accented with a musical rather than just a song.
This is why I'm saying, man, we should have just had a karaoke night, and thank God we watched Joker because it makes me want to go sing. So
Hey, dude. I mean, you got some pipes on there, little, Dean. I'm not gonna lie, But
hey, karaoke.
yeah. If Lady Gaga spoke like this, it would be more along the lines of an enjoyable movie.
I mean, I don't know. I guess, but like, I'm glad that it's not that I'm glad, but I'm glad that Todd Phillips kind of made his own kind of Harley Quinn and made his own kind of Joker. You know, it's his take on Joker and Harley Quinn, so it's unique, and people don't. Some people don't understand that. Some people do, and I understand it completely. So
Well, I'm just glad that Bruce Wayne didn't do a cameo and fucking sing along too.
I
You know.
will. If you know what, when what's his name, Mr. Puddles came in, I was like, oh shit, it's the Penguin. I was like, no, no, no.
You're mean, but okay. I'm gonna have to say this, and you could grill me all you freaking want. Comment section, you could do whatever.
Uh-oh.
But I just thought the size of his hands were so adorable.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
yeah. Like...
you know, it's like, oh, dude, I want to hug him. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people. Okay, don't matter the size, right?
Yeah.
No matter the size, if you're just like cute and adorable, like Gabriel Iglesias, I want to give him a hug.
Hey,
You know, I think he's one, he's funny, and two, he's adorable. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll punch me in the face if I call him adorable in his face. But
oh no,
I want to give him a bro hug. You know, like, dude, he's so funny. Yeah,
I met the
and
guy,
he just has,
and he's a totally nice guy. I met him at San Diego Comic-Con. So
really, like, how was that?
oh, so at the hotel we were staying at, right? I was going down the escalators, and then off to the left side, you know, in my periphery, there comes Gabriel Iglesias with his entourage and stuff. I was going into San Diego Comic Con, but I was like, "Oh shit, this is my moment, people! I gotta go ask him for a picture." And then he was about to jump into his SUV and leave. And I was like, "Hey,
Whoa,
Fluffy,
you stopped
Fluffy!"
him?
Yeah, I stopped him. I was like, "Fluffy, Fluffy, can I get a?"
Wait, literally, you went fluffy, fluffy?
Yeah, I was like,
You
"Fluffy!"
did?
And he looked
Oh man.
over, and he was like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" And he I was like, "Can I get a picture with you real quick before I go ahead to San Diego Comic Con?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, come on, quick."
Oh, he's such a good dude.
Took a quick picture, and that was it. You know, didn't say too much. I was like, "Hey, I loved you. I love your comedy and blah blah blah." And I was like, "All right, I'll see you later." You know,
Yeah,
that's it.
you know,
I don't want to disrespect, but
yeah. Well, that's a great. I mean, I'm glad that he did that. But the fact still remains, an adorable, huggable person.
he is. Yeah.
Gary Puddles. I felt for him in Joker 1 because
Gary.
you know he came over. You know he didn't expect a murder to happen in front of his eyes.
For real, man.
And I mean, but the fact that Arthur Fleck in Joker 1 actually never made fun of him, treated Gary just like a regular person, and never fucked with him, never did anything wrong to him, spared him his life. But again, when Gary made the appearance in this movie, said what he had to say, you're just like, oh my god, you feel for the guy. But at the end, but yeah, and the fact that the one person that Arthur Fleck treated kindly, normally, or not, well, is that a safe word? Normally,
I guess so.
He treated humanely was Gary Puddles, and unfortunately, Gary was the only one that witnessed something freaking insanely disturbing.
And
All the other people that were in Arthur Fleck's life, if you notice, died or were killed by him, or what, in one way or another. So it's like, oh, it's impressive. But yeah, Gary Puddles, the character, I want to freaking have a plush of him and just freaking like have him on. Yeah, and I want to have a plush of Gary Puddles. I want to have him on my couch, and if I ever watch a scary movie, I'm cuddling up with Gary Puddles. Yeah.
See, that's another thing about this Joker. Okay, this Joker, Arthur Fleck. There's a humane side of him, and there's a crazy side of him. But in the comic book, Joker was already insane. Okay, so that's another take. All right, that's something to think about if you watch this movie. At the end of the movie, if you watch this movie, think about that comic book version versus movie version of Joker. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you are a fan of, I mean, even Joker, Batman, whatever, go see this movie. Okay, don't listen to the critics or the people that walked out in the first couple of minutes. Those guys are crazy. Okay, or maybe they just can't sing. I don't know. But
What?
all I'm saying is maybe they just jealous that Lady Gaga can sing and the Joker can sing. I don't know. Well, I mean, the Joker can a little sing, but just watch this movie. Take it for how it is. Disregard all the negative reviews. I liked it. Deej, I'm sure liked it
Yeah,
for what it is. For what it is.
yeah. I'm taking that as your final thought on the whole situation.
Yeah, that's my
So
final thought.
I'm just gonna say this. Um, if you're a Batman and Batman, Harley Quinn, Joker fan, and you know the origins and you know everything about these characters, this is going to be a twist. This is going to be a just like like how the new 52 came in just like a few years ago, right? To
Yeah.
reboot the Batmans and everything. The Batman comic books, like Batman Incorporated, Batman.
About 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Oh my God, it's been that long.
I know.
But yeah, so they rebooted the Batman line from the previous DC Batman releases. Think of it this way: it's I think of it as an interdimensional, other dimension, another aspect, another way of looking at the relationship between Joker and Harley Quinn. It's don't try to compare it to anything. Don't try to. It has elements. It does have elements of Harley and Joker's cohesiveness, and more so as a couple. More so as a couple in this movie. And it's again, you're not trying to say, oh, it's like the comics, or oh, it's like this, or oh, it's like that. It's its very own interpretation. It's gonna lead to to a resolution from Joker 1. So that is something to look forward to. So if you like Joker 1 and you want and you want to know what happened in the continuation, it's going to answer that, but it's going to answer it in a very musical, very controversial, as far as like how cynical and crazy it is. And for the director Todd Phillips to use musicals as a way of replacing the crazy real aspect of Joker 1 to musicals in this one. Take it for that it's going to be the answers that you were looking for from Joker 1. So should you hate on it? That's not what I would say or what I would want you to do out there. I do want you to have an open mind that you're gonna be spending $20 on this movie. You're gonna get entertained. But you're gonna get confused and you're gonna get a little heated when you're trying to compare it to what the history is. Don't do that. Just just know that you're trying to get the resolution of Joker 1. That's it. Do not have Harley Quinn from Batman animated series in your head. Don't have Harley Quinn in the new 52s. Don't have Harley Quinn in any of that now. Just know that there is going to be something said. They are going to introduce the couple, the love affair of Harley Quinn and the Joker in this movie. But yeah, they're going to resolve it for you. So if you want to resolve it, that's cool. If you want, even if you want to wait for it to go on Amazon or something, I'm sure I'm pretty darn sure that this movie is going to be a cult classic in the next like 40 years. There's going to be an era of Harley Quinn fans later in the future.
I'm sure.
That's going to be like, oh my God, we got to watch this movie. It was horrible back then, but is it really that bad? And so it's gonna get its audience, but it's gonna take like a decade or a decade and a half for new fans to just discover it, and they were like, it's not that bad.
Like what happened to Hayden Christensen in Star Wars. Everybody hated him. Not everybody, but like some people hated him as Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. And then
Yeah.
when he comes back these last couple of years, everybody appreciated what he did for the Star Wars universe. And was like, oh my God, he actually did really good. So
Hmm.
I liked him back then, and people are starting to like him now. So
Hey,
shout
you
out to
can't
him.
be. Yeah, you can't be cult classics, and I'm gonna always stand by me and Dean's favorite cult classic, The Warriors. Again, The Warriors
Warrior.
come out to play.
That's
You
right.
know, no, you gotta. First of all, if you lived in the '70s
Mm.
and you had The Warriors, okay, so what if they didn't look like actual gangs? They had to make it. They had to make it like, movie friendly.
Right.
You
So
know, obviously there's not a gang of mimes, right? Obviously there's not a gang
yeah.
of
You know
of
what?
the
That's what we're
Lizzies.
gonna be talking about the next podcast.
Fuck yeah,
I
let's
want to
talk
talk
about
about the Warriors. Okay.
no, dude. Let's talk about the Warriors because the video game on PS2
Exactly.
was fucking fire as hell.
Not Golden State
And
Warriors, but the Warriors. Okay.
the Warriors,
So,
the freaking good old band from Coney Island.
Coney Island. That's right.
That freaking that went to go to see the one.
The one.
Or was that his name?
Can you dig it? Anyway, but yeah. So
Fighting over for tiny little turf. It's like,
that's right.
Man, what was it? The one and only, Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Cyrus,
That's right.
the
That's
one.
right.
Oh, dude, yeah, but this is about Joker Folie, Deux,
Yeah,
and I think we're at the end.
That's for the next podcast. But anyway, thank you, Deej, for being here talking about the Joker 2. And yeah, thanks for watching it with me.
You paid me. I'm
And,
good.
wait a minute.
Oh, I sent my.
We're not supposed to say that on podcast.
I said we're not supposed to let Tigard. By the way, we forgot to say that Tigard is on
That's right.
assignment.
He is on assignment.
He is. We're not making controversy here. He is not kicked off the show for for spoken reason.
Definitely not.
But he's on assignment doing Tigard things out there in this world to make the world a better place. But better place, excuse me. But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe our videos. Follow us on our social media. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thank you. Good night. Bye. We got 2 balls and 1 racket.
All right, guys. Peace out.